Right, hello everybody. Backgammon, one of the oldest known board games. Dates back nearly 5,000 years, so very, very old game. This particular backgammon set, this used to be my dad's backgammon set. It's nearly 50 years old. It's been to Australia, Thailand, Africa, yeah, it's all around Europe. Yeah, wherever I go, if I ever go away, I always make room in my bag for the old backgammon. Can't beat a bit of backgammon now and again. So, but the plan is to make a backgammon set. I've often looked at those kind of marble backgammon sets and thought, oh, they're nice, and wouldn't it be nice to have a all metal one? So the plan is make a metal backgammon set, including the board, including the counters and the dice. So these are, I'll get a closer look at these in a minute. These are the counters. There's a little face inside each of these. So I'm going to try and cast the white counters first. Now we've gone from obviously last week being one of the largest castings I've ever done to this week being one of the smallest castings I've ever done. So I don't know how this is going to work out. Hopefully it should be alright. What I'm going to do for the white counters, I'm going to make a beta brass. Now this particular brass is 50% copper and 50% zinc. So it's right on the borderline of being a white brass. The white brass is greater than 50% zinc. Beta brasses are suitable for casting, hot working, and they're harder and stronger than normal brasses. But it's the brightest and least golden of all the common brasses. So it should hopefully be a nice kind of silvery colour. Now, being a beta brass, it's probably going to be quite susceptible to dezincification. So what I'm probably going to have to do is, once I finish these pieces, I'm going to have to lacquer them, which is obviously pretty easy. Just spray them with some lacquer. For the red pieces, I'll talk more about this later, but for the red pieces I'm probably going to make them out of tombac, which again is another type of brass. It's either going to be red tombac of Paris, which is 90% copper, 8% zinc and 2% lead, or it's going to be red tombac of Vienna, which is 97.8% copper and 2.2% zinc. So it should hopefully come out a nice red colour. For the mould, I'm going to pour these in three sets of 5. So sprue here, sprue here, sprue here, and then a vent at the back here. I'm just going to run the metal straight through, and fingers crossed it'll fill up, and any junk will just get flushed through to the end here. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I don't know. Like I say, it's one of the smallest things I've ever cast. They're not that much bigger than my thumb. Not sure how I'm going to do these yet when I come to it, but obviously I'm going to try and cast different colours of metal in here, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For the board itself, I think I can cast the board in 2 halves. I can make this out of wood, make separate casting for this, and then cast the base separately maybe, but we'll see how we go. So as I said before, 50% zinc, 50% copper. We've got exactly 2 kilos of zinc here, 4.4 pounds. 2 kilos of copper here, 4.4 pounds. Last week, I don't know if you saw the video last week, but I had a bit of a mess in the crucible. I did try and follow another video where they put the zinc in first and then added the copper. In that video there wasn't much smoke, and it was a foundry video, so I thought, you know, this should be okay. But obviously it didn't work for me. I probably overheated the zinc way too much. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to melt the copper first, as I probably should have done. I'm going to put a flux over it. I'm going to let it cool down slightly to get it as close to copper melting point rather than having it really, really hot. and then I'm gonna put the zinc in, heat it back up again, and then hopefully we'll be ready to cast. Should be a little bit left over, so I'll pop what's left into an ingot and I'll polish that up. I'm going to have a good look at the metal, see what it's like. So there it is. 3 sets of 5, and let's just crack on, shall we? See how it turns out. There's a close-up of one of the backgammon pieces. Hopefully I'll be able to keep the details in that. Hoping I'll be able to catch the face in there, but if I don't, then it should just come out as a little pattern anyway. Well, I don't mind so much if they don't, but it'd be nice if they do. But like I say, it's very, very small. It's literally as big as my thumb. That's the crucible after last week's melt. You'll see all the white fluffy powder in there. I'll brush that out and hopefully that'll be okay. Furnace is pretty much unscathed. Still looks clean. There's no powder in the furnace, so I think almost all of it ended up in here. But yeah, bit of a mess. That's the worst of that taken care of. flux. Same flux as before, using Eco Pure 524, which is zinc and copper alloys, brass, gunmetal and tin, and it's a refine and cover flux. Oh dear. Let's see what happens this time. Start with the small ones. So far so good. Well, not as bad as before. Got less smoke. Copper's gone solid. All the zinc sitting on top. Let's put some more flux on there. Hopefully that'll be alright. Touch more. Right, I'm going outside. See you all in a minute. Lovely looking ingot though. Looks beautiful. The colour of that. And the colour of that. Well, I wasn't expecting yellow, that's for sure. I was expecting a kind of silver. Let's get him quenched. Wow. The colour of that. Lovely skinny bar. Yeah, I like that. That's lovely. Wow. Well, that's a bit mad. What have I made? Oh well.